They could have called it.
I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points?
I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, that LSU one, man. The only reason he got the offensive rebound is because LSU dude's like the game was over. He wasn't like going up strong for the rebound. It was. I can't be mad though. I went 5-2 tonight. I had a good night, so I shouldn't be sitting here pissed off about an LSU one. But I thought I deserved it.
You could be me. You could be me.
They sat at that 10-12 number the entire game, and then.
If anybody's watching this, I would bet Syracuse live. I've already bet them plus 18 live, but they're still going to be live. I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game.
Syracuse live. Golden State's beating Oklahoma City right now. That's what I got on. All right, so we only got 9 games to go through. It's not the most loaded slate, but there are a few decent ones, a few Big Ten games on the board, and these guys gave me some weird ones.
So you asked for some weird ones.
No, I know. I didn't say like they gave it to me. Yeah, and I asked these guys to give us some more games to fill it up, and so we have some ones that I'm not going to be able to add any input on. How about that? Ohio State, Penn State. I'm not going to be able to add any input on this one either. Penn State laying 2.5 at home. Do you guys like anything in this one?
I lean Penn State. Trevor can go if he has something. I haven't betted or anything yet, but I definitely lean Penn State off of 2 very, very close losses to Iowa and Michigan.
Yeah, I'm playing Penn State 2.5 here. I mean they've been losing games, but 4-point, 1-point, 5-1. They did get blown out at Illinois, but I mean other than that, like these games have all been tight. They did win at Rutgers at home by 8. They did lose that Oregon game by 1 point, but they do play better at home. They've been playing really close lately. Ohio State's been, they've been looking pretty good. I'll give them that, but they turned it over a ton. Penn State can take advantage of that. Penn State will have massive size advantage across the board. Niederhauser should have a huge game down low, getting some extra possessions off the glass, some tip-ins. So I like Penn State to finally get it done here. And this is at their old gym too, so that place gets filled up. So I think they'll show out tomorrow.
So they lost back-to-back close ones, you said, Toast?
Yeah, back-to-back close games. They lost a 1-point game on the road in Iowa, and then they lost a 4-point game on the road in Michigan. Now they come back home where they had just previously beat Rutgers, Northwestern as well. So, yeah, I just bet them on the money line. I paid the juice at minus 140 just because I just can't stand any other. If they win, they win. I'll take it. But, yeah. And Ohio State has this team named Illinois on deck, which Illinois and Maryland as well. So really, really bad spot for Ohio State as well.
Yeah, I like this. The only data point that concerns me here, home loss to Indiana. That concerns you a little bit, right? Other than that,
was at the Palestra. That wasn't actually at their.
It's not
their
a home game.
Okay. I might be down to. Okay, I might be down. There's only 5 NBA games, so I'm looking for action tomorrow. So I might be down to do this one with you guys. I'll put Penn State up.
And that was like a weird game anyway. Like Indiana had like a crazy good 10-minute run, and then everything else was just dog shit from them.
Juice is on Penn State. He's saying it's a whiteout. They do that for Penn State basketball too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was unaware of the whiteout, but even
I don't know. I don't know if Juice is just
Trevor,
saying
I don't know why we have you on this show if you're not aware of all these cool situations, brother.
I didn't scroll my Twitter feed school by school. Hey, I got a nice.
I know that's why I said it. You're my insider.
Yeah, I know. We're about to talk about the $2 beer night or something.
Yeah.
Let's move on to it. So we're moving on to, and that's not a joke, by the way. We're moving on to Wright State, Youngstown State, and apparently it's $2 beer night at Youngstown State. Now, last time that we had an angle like this, what game was that again? I remember I commented on your tweet, like $1 beer night thing.
Oh, yeah. I forget. It covered. It worked.
It
I forget
worked,
what
yeah.
school it was.
You sent that to me in the DM too. God, that's gonna bother me.
I remember we joked about it on the show. We all bet it, and
I
it
know.
hit.
It's just killing me now. I can't think of it.
What the fuck game was that?
See.
But the point I was making is the last time we had a dollar beer night angle, and we laughed about it and bet it, it actually hit. So here we are, Youngstown State at home. It's $2 beer night. I mean, I'll put Youngstown State up for me because that's the only way I'd go. I don't know, like, full disclosure, as I'm sure you guys know, I don't know shit about Youngstown State. So, like, I'm putting it up because it's $2 beer night. Other than that, that's all I got.
I'll let Trevor go first because I won't lie. I didn't look at this game until he sent me that DM of the $2 beer night. So, I'll let Trevor start us off. But I do know I do know a little bit about these teams. But go ahead, Trevor.
Yeah, Youngstown, they did lose their last home game to Bob Morris, so I think they're going to come out and play a little better. They did lose the Cleveland State game prior at home, so I guess there's a little something there. But Wright State's been playing pretty good, but they've been blowing out some rough teams. Detroit Mercy and Northern Kentucky, they won by 8 on the road. Other than that, they've been losing Bob Morris, Milwaukee, Fort Wayne. Those aren't bad teams whatsoever, but Youngstown is in desperate need of a win here. They've been dropping games. Their only wins are Green Bay, Northern Kentucky, IU Indy, and Detroit Mercy in this conference. They did beat Wright State back in the 18th by 10 points on the road. And I did have something in that game. What was it? Forget the oh yeah, they were only held to 7 turnovers, and Wright State doesn't turn the ball over much. So now you're going to be at home, and they performed like that against this team already. Wright State is they've got some good wins, but they've also just dropped some very bad losses here. And just the icing on top is that $2 beer night. So that place gets loud. The Youngstown Arena is a really cool arena. Kind of looks like a YMCA gym. Like they got the track up top that fills up with people too, and then they got the bleachers. So it gets loud. It gets jumping in there. I don't think they're going to have an issue scoring on this defense. Youngstown doesn't, or Wright State doesn't force turnovers. They don't defend the 3-point line well, and they send you to the foul line a fair amount. So I think they're going to get some free buckets here. And in desperate need of a win after dropping 2 home games, I think they get up for this one.
Youngstown State. In the comments, we got so Action Jackson says Wright State choke slams Youngstown. Juice is saying Penguins brew on ice. Now the Youngstown State, they are the Penguins, right?
Yep,
correct.
The flightless birds.
So Penguins brew on ice. What does that mean exactly? I don't speak fluent Juice. Like sometimes I don't know.
I don't know.
Sometimes I'm like, I think he's picking this. I'm not 100% sure. Penguins brew on ice. He says beer cups getting tossed on the court. Don't bring that up, Snowman, in front of Toast. He said, did y'all see how bad Mississippi State shit the bed?
Oh, I mean, it's just another day in the life of me. Everybody else is right but me. I mean, it's just a fucking joke.
I got smoked today, too, if it makes you feel any better.
Not really. I usually hold my head high when you have a good day. That makes me feel a little bit better. But only thing I can really add about Youngstown State is that Cleveland State lost that Trevor glossed over. I mean, Cleveland State's the best team in that conference. They're 10-1 in the league, so you don't really expect them to win that game. So again, they did lose that game, but they only lost that game by 8. It's not like they got absolutely smoked. And the only thing the thing I wanted to add is that Youngstown State offensively terrible, but they do have essentially the best defense in the conference. So it's not like they can't do anything. Right? They play defense extremely well.
So Youngstown State or pass here?
Oh, I bet I'm on the money line. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
They're playing the $2 beer angle. Okay.
And I mean, Wright State doesn't shoot free throws well either. So I mean, Toast little free throw angle too, which does matter in college. If as you've seen throughout the night, free throws matter, every single one of them.
Yep.
Fucking LSU, but yeah, I'll take.
That's not fair though, because Auburn missed a few free throws down the stretch as well. They missed like 2 or 3.
But I didn't bet on Auburn. I bet on LSU, so that takes me off.
Yeah, because there was definitely a couple missed free throws that kept us in it there down the stretch.
Yeah.
All right, now University of Wisconsin Green Bay at Oakland.
Yes, sir.
Absolute bang.
This took Trevor 2 seconds to cap.
Yeah, I believe one of these teams is an auto fade for you, right?
Yep. As if I don't know if some people played it tonight too. We took a withdrawal at the Bank of Miami tonight against Virginia. That was free. They gave fucking Virginia 40 points in the first half, but that's neither here nor there. Green Bay's awful. They are god awful. This is a back-to-back road spot. Oakland, their head coach Greg Campy is suspended after getting into it with a ref after the post game off a terrible call. So he was. I mean, not only just going after them for his own, I guess, pride for the loss, but also defending his team over a terrible call. And that ref got fired, I believe, too. So it was an egregious call that they didn't get, and now he's suspended. I think they get up for this. Green Bay gets blown out. They've not been good. They managed to cover the last game because Cleveland State missed a free throw late. They were up like 7 or 8, and then this whole second half was Cleveland State. So I mean, if you wanted to maybe live bet it, I guess I wouldn't hate that. But you're also running the risk that Green Bay just does what Green Bay does and doesn't score for 5-10 minutes at a time, and then all of a sudden it's 14-3, and you can't live bet it because you're getting a terrible number. So I'm betting 14.5. I'm going to see what happens with this line, because when I bet Cleveland State last Friday night for Saturday, it closed at 14.5 when I had 15.5, and they won by 15. So maybe some people are going to try to get sharp with Green Bay again and bet them, but I have absolutely no faith in it. But if this jumps to 15, I'll take Oakland. If it goes down to 14, I'll just see what happens with it.
Wait. It's Oakland -4. If it jumps to 15, you'll say, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
If it drops to 14, you'll wait it out to see how low it goes. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, looks like actually a lot of people in the poll, there's some people that did select Green Bay. Oakland, the Golden Grizzlies, isn't that Andy's team from last year that he was betting in March, Toast?
Yeah, they were one of them, yeah. It's Oakland and then any team that Kelsey coaches. So now Louisville would be one of Andy's teams as well. I agree, 100% agree with Trevor, especially with you have Oakland off of a loss as well to Robert Morris. It's really. I mean, there's Oakland, Green Bay is just absolutely terrible. I mean, just like Miami. I mean, if you watch that Miami game, some of the things that they did, like it's like an 8th grade AAU team. Like just trying to make stupid plays that are never even close. It's just absolutely ridiculous to watch. So there's no chance in hell I would bet Green Bay.
I'm putting Green Bay up for me.
Oh, buddy. Okay. This is worse than that DePaul bet.
Hey, whoa, Blue Demons.
Whoa, my bad.
Whoa.
Did they cover tonight or did they blow it?
No, they covered.
They covered.
Damn right.
I saw them down 9 and like 10 minutes left. I was like, holy shit, they're going to DePaul this so hard after up 12.
They're going to DePaul this.
Can I add one thing to add it to Sauce's favor? Oakland, 319 shooting free throws in the country. Green Bay, number 9.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I did it, was the free throws.
Green Bay maybe
that was
the
just
worst
a huge difference I didn't
too.
expect to see. That's for sure.
Now we get to the Jackrabbits. The Jackrabbits were my pick to upset a 2 seed in March last year. Fell a bit short, about 35 points short to be exact.
Couple bounces go their way. They had
it was the refs. South Dakota State was I took that was my big upset in the first round pick. Didn't work out. North Dakota State's out. I'm assuming this is a rivalry.
Oh yeah. Trevor probably knows a little bit more about it than I do since he's closer over there, so I'll let him go first. But
not that close to him. I don't know geography. I could be 2 states away from him for all I know.
I was going to say 2 states is a lot closer than halfway across the country.
Fair point. This is a big rivalry game. I went back and looked at the history of this. Last year, they both traded road wins. The year prior, they traded home wins. And then the year prior to that, North Dakota State won both of these. But off of last year with the bad the road wins for each, I think they come out and defend home court here. North Dakota State's also been playing better ball, in my opinion, than what South Dakota State has. South Dakota State on the road, their one win is UMKC on the 23rd of January, but they shot 10 more free throws than UMKC. They won by 1 on the road. So if they just happen to get more foul calls, so be it. But North Dakota State is one of the best teams at not fouling and sending to the line. They shoot better free throws. They can rebound. They can shoot. So I like North Dakota State to defend home court here. And South Dakota State, just like I said, on the road, they've been a struggle. 1 road win all year. Other than that, they've lost. Granted, they have played Boise, Nevada, Colorado, Alabama, and St. Thomas and whatnot, but they still have not been able to find a way on the road. And the one way they found a way was shooting 10 more free throws to win by a point. And North Dakota State's not going to send you to the line for that. So I will take North Dakota State here.
Juice is in the comments. North Dakota State as well. So 2 picks towards the Bison. They're the Bison, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Toast, do you agree, Bison?
Yeah, 100% agree. North Dakota's been pretty damn good themselves. They do have 2 home losses on the year. One of them to Nebraska Omaha. That's, not a very good loss. But they're number 2 in the conference, and St. Thomas, the other home loss, is number 1 in the conference. So it's not like they're losing when they are losing at home. It's not like they're losing to bad teams. So I think that North Dakota State at home. I can't really say much more than Trevor did. I really like them at home here.
I don't know. I would lean the other way. Defending conference champs here. But I don't know.
Defending conference champs that turn it over a ton against a team that doesn't turn it over a ton.
But they won the conference
last year.
Yeah, their returning minutes is very low, and they're one of the youngest teams in the country, 332 in D1 experience. So very young team here, having to go on the road in a big rivalry game. I think it might catch up to them.
273 in minutes continuity, 332 in D1 experience for South Dakota State. Ouch.
Yeah, sometimes experience could be a detriment.
I agree. I do agree. Look at Eddie Lampkin.
Back to the Big Ten. Finally, a game that I'd be a lot more interested in. This feels a little short. Illinois.
Why? Because it's a Big Ten game?
Well, Illinois. I've watched before.
We know you're a Big Ten homer. I just want.
I do like the Big Ten, but in basketball, I like the Big East just as much as the Big Ten. But specifically, about this game specifically. This number feels a little short, 3.5. I mean, obviously it's on the road in Lincoln, but isn't Illinois like 7-8 points better than Nebraska? Maybe not in Nebraska, but wouldn't this line be like 5.5?
Yes. I think it opened at 2.5, and it keeps on getting bought up. I'm not sure. I see 4.5 starting to pop up as well.
Really?
So I keep on banging the drum, and some people want to argue with me. Nebraska sucks, guys. So keep on fading this team. I continue to fade this team. That's one of the only things I've gotten right all season, but I promise you Nebraska sucks. Illinois should come in here and whoop this team's ass. I don't care if Nebraska's at home or not. Illinois has dropped 2 of their last 3 against much better competition. They should be able to get right here in this spot. I don't care if they're sick or not.
I'm betting this right now. Wait, why can't I?
Yeah.
Am I missing something, Trevor?
Visic is going to be out. He's got mono, making out with too many sorority chicks on campus. But other than that, they should be good to go. In that game, the last game, who they played, Northwestern on Sunday, that game was not as close as that final score. They took their foot off the gas the last couple minutes. They scored like 19. Northwestern scored like 19 points in like 4 minutes. Like it was ridiculous. But other than that, they dominated that game. Nebraska has not been good. They've been losing home games. Who was it? Rutgers ended up beating them at home, and USC beat them on the road. And the last time they got blown out on the road and came home, Purdue beat them 104-68. Came home, Rutgers beat them. So I think Illinois is getting a little disrespected just because of the injury, and they're sick, and they've kind of been dropping games a little bit here. Nebraska's been due to win a game for the last 3-4 games, and they haven't been able to do so. Bryce Williams also, this guy's been going nuts, and they haven't been able to really do much with it. 17, 14, 21, 28. He did have a 9 and 11 point performance, but they've still lost all of those games. So I don't have faith that Illinois is going to be the team that's going to drop a game to them. Illinois is not going to foul you. They're going to own the glass here. They defend 3, they paint well. The one detriment is that other problem for Nebraska is they can't shoot free throws to save their life. So if they're going to get a home whistle, they're shooting like 68% versus 78% free throw shooting team. And Illinois struggles from 3, but Nebraska can't defend it. They're giving up like 39% from 3-point land. So if Nebraska comes out and beats Illinois, so be it. But I'm going to bet Illinois in this one. I think they're going to start getting rolling again after the little slump, and I have no faith in Nebraska.
I just grabbed Illinois at 4, by the way. I just personally bet it. And someone said another sketchy line like Wisconsin. The difference here is it's moving the right way. It seems to be correcting itself. The Wisconsin game was 3.5, went to 5.5. This opened up at 2.5, 3.5. Now I just grabbed the 4. It's mostly 4.5. So it's moving the right way. So it's correcting itself. Who knows where this one closes? That's, in my eyes, that's a difference. So yeah, I grabbed Illinois at 4 -108 on DraftKings. Just bet it.
Trevor, I middled the hell out of that Boise State game. Boise State -6.5, Nevada +12.5. Boise
They
State
win
wins
by
by
8.
10.
Ooh, nice.
Beautiful. It was
There you
beautiful.
go. There you go.
Needed that. Your boy's starting to feel himself now.
There we go.
Someone said -3.5 at Fanatics. I can't get a Fanatics account. They never answer. Like I tried. I send in the ID. They never let me get.
Can you not bet it on BetMGM? It's not 3.5 on MGM still.
I just opened it up and grabbed because I don't know. I was scared that it was moving.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool. I
Oh
thought you
my
were
God!
searching.
I could have got a 3.5 on.
I thought you were searching. That's the only reason I said
No,
that. So.
Are you able to cash out?
Let's see. Actually,
Ooh,
let's see if DraftKings.
that might be worth a $5 cash out fee. I do want to make one point that Trevor said that Bryce Williams has been really good, but he's also been good. Like his best games are against teams that you would assume that are good, he's going to have good games with. Iowa 28 points, Rutgers 21 points, Maryland 14 points against Maryland is probably actually pretty decent, but 17 against USC. I mean, none of those teams are very good defensively. Only 11 against Wisconsin, only 9 against Purdue. I just this Nebraska team I just think is one of the most overrated teams in the country. Personally, like I said, I only feel so confident about it. It's because it's like the one thing I've gotten right all season is that Nebraska sucks. So I'm going to be betting Illinois. I already did actually. But yeah.
Let's move on to the AAC. Memphis on the road at Tulane. Memphis is laying 6.
Man. Trevor, do you have a play in this one? Because I think that sooner or later, it's like this is like the time that Memphis kind of screws up. I'm not saying they're going to lose this game, but it would make sense after just absolutely throttling UAB in that huge game on Sunday, scoring 100 points for them to go on the road and lay an egg against a pretty bad Tulane team.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm waiting to see what this line moves. I'm not laying it with Memphis on the road. Last game prior to it, or the game prior, Hardaway had a press conference. He said they've figured out something new on offense. They're going to cut down on their turnovers. They cut them down to 16 last game against UAB. They happened to they blocked a lot of shots. UAB was just kind of shell shocked because they jumped on them right away and just never clawed back. But 16 turnovers at home when in an improved spot for your offense. Now you're going to go to Tulane, who's got arguably the best defense in the conference. They're one of the best teams in the country at forcing turnovers. Memphis turns it over a ton. Tulane elite at defending the 3-point line too, which is where Memphis can really, really kill you. Memphis can't shoot free throws. And so if Tulane does send them there, they're shooting 68%. And then Memphis on defense, they're good. They force turnovers, but Tulane doesn't turn the ball over. Neither of these teams are really great at rebounding. And the one problem for Memphis is that they foul a shit ton inside of the line. And Tulane's shooting 74.5% from the free throw line here. So I think that this is a big get-up game. Tulane's got Tulsa on deck also at home, so they don't have to travel, and they're playing a basement dweller of this conference. So I think they're going to be able to get up for this game. This is a big one. Those turnovers will be an issue for Memphis in this one. Tulane's offense can shoot. Again, like I said, the rebounds will be an issue. Memphis does have a significant, Tulane, I'm sorry, does have a significant size advantage. Outside of Dane Danger, there's really nobody that is going to be outmatched on this Tulane team. Their guards are big and lengthy. So I like Tulane. I think they might be live here, but I've also been a little off on these. So I'm still going to bet Tulane. I'm going to bank on people betting Memphis up, and I'm going to catch Tulane. I like it. Hopefully anywhere from 7 to 8.
It looks like Pinnacle's got it down at 6 now.
I hope it goes the other way.
I was going to say
they opened it at 7.
I'm going to be paying attention to this, and if I see things start dropping to 6, I'll be betting Tulane at 6.5, and we'll see. I will say though, it's watching these lines the last few nights. There's been a lot of lines that have moved like this, where they've moved down to like say 6, and then we could wake up in the morning and they're 7.5 when a whole bunch of new money comes in. So depending, let's just pay attention to it. But I don't know what I can really add besides what Trevor said, but I will say Tulane's the second best defense in the conference. The turnover thing was huge. I do think that Tulane, I love the fact that you touched on that Tulane has a height advantage because everybody on Tulane is huge. That Brumbaugh kid 6'4", Banks is 6'8", Woods 6'3", Glenn 6'7", Jordan 6'5". All their bench players are 6'8" as well. And then you have a Memphis team that's everybody 6'3", besides, like you mentioned, Dane Danger and Cisse as well. But Memphis is kind of a smaller basketball team, so I do think they're going to have a little bit of issues here today. So, I just think it's a very, very good spot for Tulane and a kind of a typical spot for Memphis to look fantastic one day and then have to travel on the road and not look so great the next one. They might have to fight for this one.
Yeah, so someone's saying it opened at 7.5, but I'm seeing it depends on what sportsbook you're looking at because Circa opened it. Oh, where is it? So, because I was just looking at Circa, they opened it at 6. It went up to 7, then back down to 6, then back up to 7. So, it's tough to get a feel. They all opened to different spots. FanDuel opened at 6.5. So, who knows? I don't think there's any clear signs on which way this is going to move.
Right, I was going to say, you're just going to have to wait it out.
Yeah. All right, next game, and the next game is. We got 3 games left. Pepperdine, San Diego. This is Toast's favorite conference.
Did you request this game, Pepperdine?
No, I just know Toast likes to talk about this conference.
Okay. Of all the Big West games.
Pepperdine. This might be a sharp spot to play Pepperdine.
They're not sharp. They're the favorites, first of all. So the
I know,
sharp spot would be San Diego at home.
Everyone's going to sucker on over to San Diego +3. What's Pepperdine's team name?
The Wave.
Yeah. What's
Against
San Diego?
Are we skipping this one?
I would lean San Diego here. I just think that both of these teams are absolutely terrible, and you can't trust Pepperdine on the road. Obviously, they've played much better competition because San Diego's absolutely terrible, but San Diego's lost every game that they've played in the conference except for one, but their one home win was against a Pacific team that's really pretty bad. Again, both these teams are bad. I would lean taking the points with San Diego personally.
Shipley says Pepperdine's a nuke.
Take it. I'm not going to help bet this game at all.
I might bet Pepperdine. I'm willing to bet that Shipley didn't know Pepperdine was a college before right now.
Shipley couldn't point out Japan on a map 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, he didn't know what that was.
Trev, do you want to skip on to the next one?
Yeah, I've got no real feel. I mean, Pepperdine at home, aka Zoe 101 campus, is much better there than on the road. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Is I'd much rather on the road.
All right, Trev, you requested the UC Irvine game. Yeah, I will say before you go, in Las Vegas, I was with Ski. His top bet of the week was Long Beach State plus the points, and they covered for us. Watch the entire thing.
Against which game? Do you remember? Was it the Saturday game?
CSUN.
Okay,
cool. And he was his top bet, a 5%er that he gave out. We sat there.
That's a hell of a play because that CSUN's a much better basketball team. So hell of a call by Ski.
Yeah, we watched the entire game. This team's pesky. They got a couple kids that could shoot. That's the only Long Beach State game I've ever watched in my life, but I watched it in its entirety.
Really? Man, I'm surprised. Just because they're on late night.
Let me rephrase. It's the only Long Beach State game I remember. I mean, I could have watched one last year. I wouldn't have fucking remembered.
They got cool jerseys. I just kind of figured you probably remember that type of team.
So is 16.5 enough points?
No. Irvine is going to demolish them. This Irvine team is very, very good. They did lose to Riverside, but Riverside is the easy 3 in this league, in my opinion. And Riverside has also knocked off UC San Diego. So it's not a fantastic loss, but it's not a bad loss whatsoever. Riverside's a good team here. We got Irvine off of the Hawaii trip or Hawaii game at home. They demolished Hawaii, and Hawaii is far better than Long Beach. Long Beach has this kid, Devin Askew. That kid is a cancer. He's the Andre Curbelo of the Big West. So
that is, you fit in so well because that is something Andy would have said as well. He is a hater just like you, but go ahead.
Hey man, Askew, ever since those Kentucky days, I've not liked this
I know, I don't like him either.
He's annoying, but yeah, I mean, Long Beach is absolutely god awful. Their one thing is they can shoot the ball fairly well. Irvine is the best defense in the conference, hands down. They might Long Beach might keep this a little close in the first half, within 5-6 points or so. But the second half is death taxes and Irvine clamping down and covering in the second half. It's going to be rough for Long Beach. I mean, they turn it over way too much. They can't rebound whatsoever. Their one thing they have going for them is they shoot the three. But Irvine, best in the conference and 55th in the country at 3-point defense. They're not going to foul them to send them to the line. And Irvine also shoots 78%. They also struggle to rebound a little bit, but they won't really need to because they're going to make all their shots because Long Beach is terrible. I've been fading Long Beach. The CSUN game, I didn't bet, thankfully. They did cover there, but I mean, other than that, I mean, they don't do well. I mean, Cal Poly beat them by 9. Fullerton beat them by 16. UC San Diego, who's comparable to Irvine, beat them by 26. At Long Beach's on Long Beach's floor, so I have no problem laying the 15.5. Is it 16.5 now?
That's what my graphic's saying.
I'll still lay it. I don't give a shit. I think they're going to win by double digits. I should have grabbed that 15.5 when I saw it, but yeah, I love Irvine to clamp down here.
16.5.
Yep.
Wow. Toast.
Yeah, it would only be Irvine for me. I just, dude, Long Beach is not a good basketball team. I'm glad that
you guys didn't watch that game.
I did watch some of that game. Thank you very much. That was a very, but I'm telling you, and that was a very good bet by you and Ski. But I'm telling you, this team sucks. Not to mention the fact that UC Irvine's probably 2, maybe 3 times better than CSUN. So again, yeah, I can't really add much more than what Trevor had. This is Trevor's bread and butter game, but I'm not. There's no way in hell that I would play Long Beach State here.
Get ready to learn Bent Leuten.
The money line's plus 900.
And if people are wondering why I hate Devin Askew, it's because he's one of those kids that has gotten everything. He went to Kentucky, then he went to Texas, and then none of those worked. So then he came back home to California and went to Cal for 2 years. And that didn't work out. So now he's at Long Beach State. Dude, just like Trevor said, he's just a cancer.
I don't know, man. He was making some plays. He did turn the ball over a lot in the first half. I was calling him curly hair, dude. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean,
he fits in Long Beach because he's the only guy who's going to touch
in
the
that
ball.
game. In that game that they covered, he was 2 for 8 with 10 points.
Yeah, but he made some plays in the second half.
All right. Well, he just had a game where he went off for 35 points. So I bet you he has another 8 or 9 points tomorrow.
I don't know about all that. You guys just clearly didn't watch. That's all I'll say.
No, I've seen this happen against UC Davis. He went off, and then guess what? That's a terrible team. Then guess what happened? They played UC San Diego. He had 11 points. Absolutely nothing. Same thing's going to happen today.
Oregon, UCLA, last game. This is where we fade UCLA, right? Actually, they were looking pretty good at home. They beat the shit out of Iowa, then barely beat Wisconsin right at home. Then they went on the road. They beat USC. What was the game in between there I'm missing? What's in between Wisconsin and USC?
The Washington game.
Oh, and Washington covered by the hook at the plus 5.5. All right, so UCLA's been playing all right. So never mind. Never mind what I said.
Yeah, they've got 4 straight wins. 2 of them at home, 2 of them on the road. That's for sure. I will say, besides the Wisconsin game, this is by far the best team that they've played in a while. So there's that. So I personally lean Oregon here, plus the points. The line, I think it was started at 3.5. I think it's at 4.5 now, and it's still it might be going up. I'm not sure. I haven't looked in like an hour and a half, but I just think that Oregon continues to impress, and I think that Oregon's off a terrible, terrible loss on the road at Minnesota. And sure, back-to-back road games isn't a great spot, but they're flying back to the West Coast where they're from. UCLA is not that far away. Plus, they've had 5 days in between. I just feel like this is going to be like a very gritty, slow, defensive first game. First to 70 type win. So I just want to take the points here. So I lean Oregon. I haven't bet it yet because I can't tell if we're going to get fives are going to pop up or not. But it'll be definitely one I watch over the next couple hours.
I'll put Oregon up too. Trev?
Yeah, I'm kind of buying this UCLA team. I did think that Muss would be able to figure out this Merrick kid a little bit better than he did. But this Merrick kid is really, really good. Now he's getting more minutes because Bilodeau may play or not, but even if he does play, he's Mick's got to keep this Merrick kid in. He's just been so good, and he's going to have so much size. Like, Biddle's going to give up 3 inches alone off of this kid. This kid is huge. He's 7'3", 240. He can hit turnarounds. He's crashing the glass. He's really, really good. And I don't think Oregon's really going to have a size to match that. And UCLA, they played a lot better. They don't turn it over. They've been grabbing rebounds. They shoot free throws well. I think I'm buying into this team now. I was wrong, so maybe I'm buying at the wrong time here, and they struggle against Oregon. But Oregon has also struggled to cover as of late too. Lost at Minnesota outright. The Washington game they didn't cover. Purdue did not cover. They lost outright at home. Penn State they didn't cover. They didn't cover against Ohio State. Maryland. They've been on a horrible stretch here, just keeping games far too close, or just losing outright. And I think they're going to lose, and I think UCLA is going to get it done. That physical defense with the big man down low, the size of their guards and everything also is going to be much bigger than what Oregon has. So I think UCLA is the side here. I wish it was still like 3.5, but I would lay the 4.5 probably up to 5 and just call it a day after 5.
Let's see. So someone's in the comments saying it won't go up, saying that the line's going to come down. Let's see. Actually, Circa's up at 5, but it opened at 5. So everywhere else is 4.5. Circa opened at 5. We'll see.
It's another one that's just going to depend on where the money comes in at what time. So,
all right, cool. All right, everyone, go enjoy your night. Gonna make some NBA content. Not a ton of basketball on tomorrow, which sucks because back-to-back great days for me. I want the momentum to continue, but it's just not a ton of options. Long Beach State, probably gonna bet that because these guys don't believe. As other than that, though, I don't know if I'll have to go back through the video to see if there's anything I really liked. Did I write anything down?
Just Penn State, I think.
You know what? I'll bet Penn State with you guys. I'm down to jump on Penn State.
You're not going to bet beer night?
Oh yeah, and beer night.
I don't know what
we're undefeated in beer night.
Yeah, but
if you're not committed, we don't need you.
Yeah, but what you guys said wasn't like it was just like it's beer night. It wasn't like you guys had an angle you liked. It was like
yes, I did. I talked to you about how Youngstown State is the best defense in the conference. It's not just about the beer night. They are very good defensively, the best in the conference.
Then why are they only laying 1.5 on beer night?
Because they've dropped 2 straight home games.
They've dropped 2 straight home games, and their offense isn't great. And Wright State is a little bit better than them, so it's like they can't make the line that bad. We also got a huge free throw advantage with Youngstown State. Go ahead and watch the video again.
All right, I might consider beer night, but I like Penn State and I like Youngstown State just because I'll be the only one. No one else gets it. All right, everyone. Oh, make sure you check out Trev's Pump Fake Pod. Is it Pump Fake Podcast or Pump Fake Pod?
Just Pump Fake Pod. Yep.
Cool. If you're in the Discord, he's going to share the link when they go live, so you'll see it. All right, Toast, are you going to the airport right now?
About an hour and a half.
What time do you land in Newark?
Like 4:30 or 5:30, something like that.
Eastern.
Yes.
4:30. All right, cool. Text me when the thing, and I'll have like a Uber there. I'll schedule.
Sorry,
it.
2:30. I'll text you. Don't
2:30 Eastern. That's not as long of a trip as I thought.
Yeah, I leave at midnight to Seattle, and then from Seattle I leave at 6 a.m. and I get there at 2:30.
Oh, so you'll actually be here before tomorrow's show. All right, cool.
Probably yes.
All right, everyone have a good night. Later.